Welcome, my brothers and my sisters. Let's see how long this takes to upload to YouTube. But if you like what you hear, subscribe. It's going to go over a couple things in my head in regards to new people coming into crypto. There's no such thing as making it fast. Rarely do you make good money in crypto fast. The majority of people in crypto lose for one reason. They just think it's going to happen very quick. If they just throw crap at the wall, it's going to happen. Well, for the majority of people in crypto, and this goes for the biggest people in crypto, the Alex Beckers, the altcoin dailies, all these people. Now, a lot of these people, they get paid, right? They get paid to talk about certain coins. Altcoin daily gets like 50 grand per video. Discover Crypto will take whatever they can get, whatever money they'll get. They'll even tell you TJ's a desperate little bitch, and will take whatever they can get. They have no, it's pathetic how they are, and it's pathetic how all crypto YouTubers are. My point is, they're down on alts for the most part, right? You have Solana that's done great. People bought it at $9. I bought it at $20. You have people who bought Chainlink at $4 or $5. Metal bought it extremely cheap. You got people like me who bought AI. I did that too. I didn't buy Chainlink, but I bought AIOZ at a penny. At one point it was a few $100,000, but it's down to 41 cents, right? It was up to $1 or I don't know 40. Injective, people were buying it at $4 all the way up. I started buying Injective. I watched it go from like $3 all the way up. I bought it at $36. Now my average in, because the power of DCAing, is like $17. So a lot of the projects, people who have been doing this a long time, a lot of them, for them, like I have 47 or 48 projects. A lot of them are underwater, but not by a ton. There's some like AMP and DGen but the shitty coins that are down 100%. But then you got like Bonk. I hate meme coins, but I just have a few. That's, I bought it. I'm big time up on it. The majority of people, when you ride a ton of your alts down to the bear market and the bottom, like the old timers, myself, and crypto did the last bull run because it caught us by surprise, and it just kept going, and inflation, another strain of COVID, Ukraine war, transitory inflation, blah blah blah, hiking interest rates, all that stuff. It just killed the market. Gary Gensler, SEC going after project after project after project. That's what killed AMP. AMP was like at 4 or 5 cents, and then they were put on a list of insider trading at Coinbase, and next thing you know, it's 0.0023 of a penny, and then they release 40 or 50 billion tokens, so it kills it. So you have to think of circulating supply. And I've watched a guy the other day talking about how market cap doesn't matter. Well, in a bull market, it's true. It doesn't matter that much. Look at XRP, look at Cardano, look at their market. Cardano's horrible, but it could get to $2. It was at 30 cents forever, where I was buying it. I bought it at a last bull run. Bought it at 50 cents, 40 cents, $1.20, I think. And then a ton back at 30 some cents in the bear market. But something like that has a huge market cap. No reason Cardano should be in the top 10. No one uses it. But because it has the huge circulating supply of tokens that are out there, tens of billions, that's why it's there. XRP has the volume, but the reason XRP is number 3 or 4 or whatever it used to be 2, it'll get back there, it's because of the token supply. You guys understand that, right? I know the old timers and people who've been in crypto a while do. For you who are new, learn about market cap. That'll kill you, especially in a bear market. You get projects releasing 10 billion tokens, right? Ondo released some tokens, doesn't matter. Didn't really hurt it. What hurt Ondo is what hurt everything else. The tariffs. When Trump came in, there was sell the news with his meme coins and all that. But what you need to do is have the right expectations. If you think it's going to happen fast, it just doesn't. That's the issue and the love of being in crypto. When it moves, you saw a taste the other week, right? When XRP went up pretty good, things just started boomeranging, but then all it took was just some profit taking in your alts, Not XRP, but a lot of them went, Cardano wanted to get to $1. Nope. Little sell-off. There's always profit taking right back to where it was in the little pocket. That just tells you, and because it doesn't come right back up, that just tells you you're not in a bull market. That's 1,000%. It's not a bull market, because a bull market, you take profits, you wait at a level, right? It waits on Bitcoin, and then you proceed up. Alts have not done that. All these idiots who have been saying that it's a bull market, it's crazy. And they keep saying alt season is going to come and we're there or we're in alt season. It's just not true. Alt season is a little time, but there can be an alt bull market. Okay, the last run we had, there was an alt bull market before. We didn't get an alt season, but we had a time when, like, at the end there, before all the shit hit the fan, Metaverse all of a sudden became a big deal. They were talking about it. And then when Mark Zuckerberg came out and mentioned they changed Facebook to Meta, you had District OX and Sandbox and a few other things go from like 20 cents to $4 overnight. But other things weren't. So that's not an alt season. That's just a bull run on that Metaverse crap. Then it was over. All the shit hit the fan and everything tanked. Meta never turned off for Facebook. It was a colossal failure. They got, virtual reality crap out, and people thought they were going to be living in the metaverse. It just didn't happen. I know I touched on this the other day. I don't know if I said subscribe if you like what you're hearing. So the key, and I've said this from the beginning, one of the reasons why I started this channel, the key is not to constantly be buying. I just swallowed a bug. Is because you could just be waiting. You have to, I'd rather see you, since we're not in a bear market, we're just in a wait and see type of thing. Bitcoin's in a bull market. You've had years and years to collect dry powder. If you're new, dry powder is money on the side waiting. If you keep buying now and the tariffs don't work out, with the EU and Canada and Trump, something else happens with China, that's going to be an issue. I'd rather see you buy. You want to buy a little now? That's up to you. I personally DCA because I can, and I think it's the right thing to do. I'm not DCAing or buying new projects. My DCA right now is nothing more than bringing down my average cost of certain projects for two reasons. Maybe I'll make good profits on it, or a lower price to get out of the project. Meaning, let's say I bought something at $1.10, it's been at 60 cents. Some of them, like C, I bought a ton at like 17 cents. That brought down my price, my average buy price, from like 80 some cents to 54 cents. So if hits 54 cents, I could either wait and see if I can make money on it, and it's a lot of money, it's like $100,000. Or I can get out and just put it into fiat, put it into a stable coin, wait and see, dry powder, whatever I want to do, it's up to me. But because I've been DCAing, I can get out earlier, not at 80 or 90 cents. I can get out at half of that almost. That's the power of DCAing, but you have to have money to do that, okay? If you don't have a ton of money, be careful with that, because it takes a lot of money to bring down your average cost when you bought it so high. And I did the same thing with ADA and Basic Attention Token. There's so many projects that people rode to the bottom that will not come back, like Basic Attention Token. I'm going to lose about 200 grand probably on that, but that'll probably offset some of my gains if I sell this year, right? The way the market is going, there's no reason to sell. There's no reason to take profits. There's a few things I may get out of and just take it out of crypto. I have enough dry powder, but just take it out of crypto. I like building my fiat. You got to have it all. Don't listen to people who say you shouldn't have cash. I don't care if it's Grant Cardone or whoever. You can't just put it in real estate. You have to have liquidity. You have to have money for, certain things. Like I said, if I want to buy a car, I could just go pay cash or finance it, whatever it may be. Or emergency situation. They're not going to take AMP from me. They're not going to take Benki from me or XRP, maybe Bitcoin. Why would anyone sell their Bitcoin? Right? So it doesn't happen fast. I look at this jackass riding a horse, firm believer in people should not be riding horses. That's not why they're here. and they actually don't like it. It actually hurts their backs if you look at the structure of them. It's not, horses don't like to be ridden. Yeah, hate horse riders. Anyways, I'll get back to it. And they're the most unfriendly fucks in the world. They think they're just like this pretentious human to, got to ride another species to make them feel good. I hope it bucks her ass off. Okay, easy vegan crypto. I am a vegan after all. And there's the wing of a monarch butterfly. Not good. Have you guys noticed the bees? I've barely seen any bees this summer. Okay, they've been diminishing as it is. That's not a good sign, my brothers and sisters. You ever see the Bee Movie? I'm joking, but you don't have pollinators, you don't have humans. Remember, when the planet is decimated one day, who knows, I'm not a doomsday guy, the planet will be fine. That will recover over millions and billions of years. It's us who will be gone. It'll be all the other species, not fungi, not the insects, but the birds, the land animals, the sea animals, they'll all be gone. But they will come back again. Or you can go join Elon on fucking Mars. The market. I'm coming back to you. Sorry. I am a vegan, and it's, when I see things, it does spark me. I'm a pretty happy guy, but when I see idiots, it's just one of those things. Look at the projects. When I'm seeing these project videos of, doing all this math. What did I see? A no BS crypto yesterday or something. Just another nice guy, but jackass. Putting these formulas together like how DZ would do, and not so much George. George just did a moronic portfolio video. But when they do these calculations and they tell you where the price is going, it's just bullshit, guys. Or they talk about history and where it was July of last year and in the last 10 years. Now, there's some truth to that in equities in the market, but not in crypto. It's not a predictor. And they might say, history rhymes. Of course, life rhymes. We're in cyclical, and we're Mansala. It's a circle of life. Things come and go, ebb and flow. But you just can't predict where it's going. There's just no way. There's no way. And don't listen to price predictions. It just, has that worked out for you? I've been listening to people saying, at this time, Injective will be at $75, or Avalanche is going to be at 200, or Bitcoin is going to be at 200K. No one's ever right. The one thing that everyone is right about is they don't know what they're talking about. That's the honest to God truth. And as long as you know that, you can make your own decisions. Don't be influenced by anyone else. Don't be influenced by me. You'll hear the truth from me, but the truth is only my truth. It's only my truth. And from my experiences. But the one thing you do have for me is I've got no bullshit to sell you. I'm not, asking for money or getting sponsored by anyone. I've turned down that. I've only had a few sponsors reach out to me. No way in hell I'm going to do it. I just did a Tangent wallet, a year or so ago, and I've never even checked it since then. I like the project. I like the wallet. So I recommended it. If I could get a discount for you guys, that's what I did. I have never checked to see if anyone's bought it from there. I don't care. That's up to you guys. You don't have to use the link. But I would say just keep accumulating dry powder and look at the projects that you may have faith in, but you just can't guarantee. Everyone thinks that Chainlink's going to $100. I would be willing to bet, if we get into an alt market, and unless something crazy happens with Chainlink, $40, $50. That's why I'm not buying it at $20 or less. No one knows. People think $100. It's never. No way. People think it's important. Is it? Utility never amounts to price. Ever. Look at the facts. Look at the prices of things. Things go up when they should, and when out of hype and out of market supply. And back to that market supply that I was talking about in circulating supply. Just because it has a huge now I'm not talking trillions, but, a few billion doesn't mean it can't go up fast in a bull market. But it goes down extremely fast. Same with low market supply, right? Look at the swings of Bitcoin. Look at the swings of, Ethereum moves in $100 increments, $50 increments. Then you have projects with huge supply that moves in fractions of a penny. Or a penny. It depends on the volume. And even when there's a ton of volume on some of these larger projects like XCN, it doesn't even move in a penny. They could have 500 billion and it goes up like 2 pennies. Okay, because it's a large, market cap circulating supply. If that was like Proppy and it got 500 billion, it would be at $4 or $5. Immediately, people would just be trying to buy. Now that volume is all buying it, So you have to know that stuff. But it doesn't guarantee it won't go up fast. Okay, so I will give you some true thoughts on if we get the money coming in, okay? Because it's not here right now. It's just crypto people. It's just institutions who are buying ETFs. If we get retail, and if we get into a serious bull market, altcoins, not all of them, but you will see altcoins going up 100% every day. They'll always take their turn out. As they go up a couple 100%, there will be a sell-off. But the money comes in fast and leaves fast. So there's always a catalyst to stop it. So it could happen. Like I said, you saw a taste of it the other week, and that was nothing. That was honestly nothing. XRP will move slow, but it could move like $1 or $2. If we got into a serious bull market, my ideal thing would be, I don't know, $5 or $10. Who knows? When you see people going, it's going to be a 10 trillion. They've been saying this for years. Listen to their videos. It's going to be a 10 trillion market cap. They thought that would have been here already, right? Because of the halvening of Bitcoin. The halvening did nothing. That's why I always said there's no such thing as 4-year cycles. It's just idiotic. It's just timing of macro, of what happens, COVID. And this. It's good that it gets, supply gets cut, but the only thing that does is gets people a little bit excited, and it makes it easier to move. And, but it doesn't mean anything for anything else. It's the fact. Now you hear people saying the 4-year cycle is dead, and they've always preached it. If you listen to my videos, since the beginning, I've always said there's no such thing. Because the truth of the matter is I know more than them. Why do I know more than them? Experience. I'm 53. Most of them are in their 20s or 30s. Nothing wrong with that. But they also just don't have a clue. They only know crypto. Crypto's not ran by crypto. Crypto's ran by macro. And people wanting to make fast money. So it's fast in, fast out. And those alts, some of them that you won't even expect. Like I said, what did I buy? I bought, it was Decentraland, not District OX that I was talking about earlier that went in Sandbox. I bought District OX instead of Decentraland. This is when no one heard of Decentraland. Last bear market. It was either that or Decentraland or District OX at 3 cents. I bought a crap load of District OX. At one point, it was up about $100,000. Decentraland at the top, I would have made probably $3 million. But that's what happens. You make your choices. I chose Sei over Sui. Right? I was wrong. Sei has performed horribly. Sui has killed it. Because they were both the same price. I liked what both of them did. And this is before anyone was talking about them. I don't know, 30 cents, something like that. I think it was 20 cents. And I went with the wrong choice. I'll get my money out. Maybe I'll make money because I've been DCAing like I told you. But I make a ton of wrong choices. It's a bet. The only thing that you're guaranteed that's going to do great is Bitcoin. But you shouldn't be buying it at 118,000. So you're throwing shit at the wall and you're hoping that it sticks. If you got $1,000, you do not want to be spreading 100 here, 50 there, 25 there. You won't make any money. Maybe 500 and 500. But I'd rather see you wait until it's green and you buy it higher and triple your money instead of maybe 7xing it. Because then you have confirmation that shit is going good, right? The volume is consistent every day and we're green, little sell-off, green, a little sell-off, big sell-off, green, bullshit coming out, sell-off. That's a bull market. Volume high. But you don't want to go all in and not know where we're at. Because, I mean, if you think about it, alts are in a bear market. Go by pricing. They're not moving. Shadow token from $1.30 to 10 cents, that's bear market. AMP got from 0.0003 to like, I don't know, almost 2 pennies back, 7, 8, 9 months ago. Came up, boom, back down to where it was. Bear market. It was just volatile. So just my personal advice is dry powder. You can DCA, but you have to have realistic expectations. Sorry about the wind. And that is, if we get a bull market in alts, we are in Bitcoin, it'll be good. Not for everything. There's too many alts now. But and remember, like when certain things do well in your portfolio, the others will actually take a hit. Why? People are taking money out of those and putting them in what's rallying. People always want to buy stuff that's rallying. And people tell you never to buy green. They're wrong. In a bull market, it's okay, but you just have to know when to sell. And you do, okay? Let's say you know how much money you want to make. You're going to buy something at $1. Know where you want to sell it. Okay, I want to sell it at $3. It's trailing up. Maybe you take some money out at $2 if it keeps going. Look at it. Because what goes up like that, there's always going to be profit taking. It may have profit taking go down a little bit and then make its next leg up, but nothing's guaranteed. In a true alt season and bull market, things go up. They have their day, and then they could sit there for 3 months and sell off, and then just sit there, and then either do nothing and even get killed more in a bear market, from them, or they can make a next leg up. You just don't know. So you have to put in the time and watch all the time. But don't be greedy. If you're greedy, you will ride all your shit down and be very unhappy. You'll be up 100 grand on your portfolio, $1 million on your portfolio, $5 million portfolio. Then we'll get to the bear market and it'll be down 95% and most of them won't come back. So know the profits you want to take. Don't be too greedy. A little bit of something is better than nothing. And we'll know. We'll be talking when that time comes. So I'm going to see how long it takes to upload this. But subscribe if you like. Just wanted to rant a little bit. Alt season's not here. It's nowhere close. I'm looking forward to it. I want it to happen. But me wanting doesn't mean it's going to. It would be great if it happens. The Trump administration is doing everything right in regards to their cabinet and their administration for crypto, for investing in general. Right now, people are unsure for two things, the tariffs and Powell, right? Interest rates and tariffs. Trump is just too unpredictable. So people are scared to come in. And then the next thing I should have said is retail and exuberance coming into crypto. That is not here. It's not even close. So you always get the truth here, at least as I see it. Not trying to sell you anything. So I hope it helps. If you have any questions, remember, I'm happy to. I was going to go live, but you know what? Oh, well. If there's anything I could do to help, I'm here for you. Take care. Vegan Crypto is out of here.